Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. I'm just going to record this now. It's 5:44 a.m. Woke up 15 minutes ago. And I've already eaten breakfast and drank some water, and now I'm sitting at my desk to work. So this little thing works. I don't know why anyone would think that it wouldn't, because unless you keep it by your nightstand. But yeah, so I've been awake for 14 minutes. I've already eaten a little breakfast, and by little breakfast I mean a Costco muffin, and got my water, and yeah. That's it for now. I'll be back later. I just wanted to document that. It works. All right. As you just heard, I woke up this morning because the Unbed thing, it works pretty well. I didn't have to think about getting out of bed. I just did because I wanted to turn off my alarm. By the time I turned it off, I was at my desk. And by the time I was at my desk, I started working. So it was like 10 minutes into the day, I was already working. So I will say, though, that the work that I was doing straight out of bed, and I think that was because I just didn't feel well. I don't think it was because I was right out of bed, but it wasn't the greatest work output. And again, I think it was just because I just was kind of sick this morning. And so that's what I think. So we'll try it again tomorrow. But yeah, I woke up and it was no problem. It was very simple, actually. And yeah, it's pretty cool because I didn't it didn't require discipline for me to do anything, or willpower, or I just got up because I wanted to turn the alarm off. And so I did. So yeah, it was pretty well. It went pretty well. I don't know. I can't say that my day was better or worse because I just did not feel well at all today. And I think that just impacted the entire day from start to finish because it's 9:59 right now, just turned. And I'd like to be going to sleep right now, but I've just been trying to finish this thing for Trey, this check-in tracker. And I believe I got it done. There's probably a few things I could improve, but I think it's fine. And I really have to just be okay with the fact that it's not going to be perfect right now. Because the more time that I could spend working on my own shit, which working on this is my own shit. But then when I get to that point of nitty gritty details and stuff for him, that's when it starts taking away from my goal and vision. Right. So I want to work as much time as possible on my stuff. And I don't have a problem saying that. So anyway, I've been working on that nonstop, and he said 10 hours for the week because he cut my hours. Right. And from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today, because today is Tuesday, August 5th, I've definitely put in more than 10 hours. I know that for a fact because I don't want to say all I did, but the majority of what I did yesterday and Saturday, were the check-in tracker, and that was probably 16 hours total. So then when you factor in the other 2 days, it's definitely like 20, 22, I don't know. But the cool thing is it's polished, it's done, it looks nice. There's a lot of things that I could add and, improve. Matter of fact, I can think of a lot. But for what is needed right now, it's done. So now that I have this done, I have this in my arsenal of shit to deploy once it comes time to sell the whole thing. I'm very excited about that. And what's pretty cool is, so what's kind of shitty, actually, is I made everything the way I wanted to make it, transferred it over to Trey's team space in Notion, and then while it was in there, I made it look great. I created custom images that are buttons. So when you click on it, it takes you to a different page. It looks clean as shit. It looks very nice. And I'm very impressed with it. I can think of 1,000 ways to make it better, but we'll get there. But anyway, so I made that, and then I thought, well, since I made it here, I can just transfer it back to my own personal Notion and be good to go. But for some reason, I just cannot do that. It just won't let me do it. And that's kind of concerning, because if this were to happen after I make a sale and I can't transfer something to the person's, to their Notion, that's a problem, because that's how all this works. So I'm going to try it again right now. Maybe some time has passed and now it's better. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to laugh so hard if it works. No, it says, sorry, we could not move this content. Please try again. And I've tried probably 20 times. It doesn't work. So I send an email to Notion. Hopefully we can get this squared away. It's not the end of the world, because, I mean, it's just not. It's just not the end of the world. But it will be the end of the world if I make a $5,000 sale and I cannot deliver on the product. But I think it's just something to do with the fact that I transferred this stuff in, and then now I can't transfer it back. I think it has something to do with that. Matter of fact, I bet it has something to do with the master log link, if I had to guess. No? Okay. Well, I don't know then. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I sent Notion an email, so hopefully they'll respond and let me know how to fix it and what to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep on going. So, yeah, I'm going to try to keep this one short. But I sent a message to Dawson today. And I said, and this is actually just barely, I said this an hour and a half ago. Say, hey man, question for you. Would you be opposed to me working the same hours per week, but not 2 per day every day? I've come to realize that a lot of my, quote, frustration and, quote, feeling like I'm going so slow is from the stop, go of different projects for different coaches, until I get to the point, in parentheses, very soon, where I can sell this massive bundle on one go. I'm at the mercy of hourly project-based work, which is not a bad thing at all. I'm just multitasking with the multiple projects, LOL. For example, one coach I'm working with dropped hours from my starting 28 to 20 to now 10. No foul play, it just was what is needed at the time. Got 10 hours done in a weekend for him, and his project is complete and polished, which you'll get, by the way. It's a pretty sexy client check-in tracker that tracks all data for client and check-in compliance. Rather than being capped at 2 hours per day for 5 days, I did 2 days at probably 7 and then 3 hours and got it done. This is very mentally taxing stuff, so by the time I get in rhythm, it's like the 2 hours are up. So if you're cool with it, it would be awesome to have work clumped together a bit more, but that's totally your call. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. He says, yep, 100% doesn't matter to me. If that'll get things done quicker, I'm all for it. LOL, and it'll help you get in the zone. And so I said, right on, dude. Appreciate it a ton. Thank you. And fuck yes, dude. That is awesome. So I think I'm going to present that to Trey as well, because Trey saying 10 hours a week, I honestly would rather just get that done in a day, because I can, and then have the remaining and rest at the same time. The remaining time for Mina, Dawson, and Brian. And if Dawson is a similar way, he just doesn't care how long, if it's 14 hours, call it 10 hours one day. And then, I don't know. I don't know how to divvy it up, figure that out. But I like that a lot, that I can now clump things together, especially with at least Dawson. So, in an ideal world, I have Trey for 10 hours. Like I said, maybe that's 2 days. And then I have Dawson for the 14 hours, and that's another 2 days. So, 24 hours in 2 days, that's 2 12-hour days. That's doable, which would then mean that the remainder of the week would be for Mina and Brian, and obviously myself. And I like that better, because it's less bouncing around and all that horse shit and more focusing on one thing. I do feel like I've kind of let Mina down in this regard, but because now Trey is off the table and now I know I can bundle things up for Dawson, I'm absolutely just going to go ham with Mina and with everything, getting the team on board and stuff like that. So very excited about that, because it's been a long time coming, and it all started with Mina. So it'll be cool to see all this shit in action, and just see everything that I've built be used, and see how they use it, so I can improve and do all that stuff. Because since I built everything the first time, I've learned so much more, and so I feel like I already have a headache based on the fact that I know how to improve it. Like I know how to, because I've done so much now. So anyway, that's pretty cool. Polish that thing off for Trey. There's a lot I can do for it, but for what he needs, it's done. So it's a good feeling. Here's the dilemma today. Maybe this is why I'm more tired, but I drove an hour, 10 minutes south to take my car to get looked at, because there has been this clicking noise. And ever since I picked it up, and even before I bought the car, I was learning about the drive axles and how there's always problems with them. And that was covered for the warranty when I bought the car, so there's no worries here. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to pay anything. It's all covered. We're good. But it is going to need to be repaired, and the thing with this warranty is that it's covered by Tesla, not the dealer. So that means that it has to get serviced by Tesla, and there's no problem. But I have to schedule it through the Tesla app, no problem. But here is the problem. The next available slot for all Tesla, I don't know what you call them, Tesla, I don't want to call it a dealer, because there's plenty of Tesla dealers. The Tesla, the official Tesla mechanic shop. I don't know what the fuck you call them. There's, I think, 3 in Utah. There is one in Pleasant Grove, there's one in Salt Lake, and there's one in Ogden. I believe that's it. And the shitty part is that the next available appointment is in 3 weeks. Shitty. So the car is drivable. It's fine. It's just kind of a concern, and it's covered with warranty. So why not get it fixed, right? So it'll help with traction control. It'll help with steering. It'll help with just a smoother ride. And yeah, so I left my house today around 8:30, got down there around 9:45-ish, and then waited for about a half hour for the dude to show up. Dude shows up, gives me a loaner. I mean, this is a fucking shit show of a story. I don't really want to get into it because I really want to go to sleep. But get the loaner, and they're going to take my car. They're going to look at it, whatever. Meanwhile, I've got the Tesla app. I didn't see him drive it once, so it's kind of interesting. I can see where my car goes, and when it's on, I can see all that, which is very cool, but I didn't see it go anywhere, which is, I don't know, maybe I missed it in the time that they did, but I mean, you don't need to drive it far to hear the goddamn clicks. But I get a call, and it says, "Hey, Bryson, this is so-and-so. It is definitely the drive axle. So how it's going to work is you're going to take it to Tesla. They're going to repair it. The warranty will kick in, and you'll be good." And I was like, "Okay, sick. What do I need to do?" And they said, "Yeah." So, I skipped the whole part. I was down there for an hour. So I drove an hour and 10 minutes, was down there for an hour, got the loaner, drove home another hour. And then, so that was kind of my morning. So woke up this morning, was sick as shit, and it was not feeling well. Then I had to drive an hour, go get a loaner, come back, for them to not even give me a call until maybe 3 or 4 to tell me what was wrong with the car, which it would have been much nicer for me to go down at the time that they would be able to look at it, rather than go at the time that they opened, which is what they told me to do. And then I could drive my car home, because now I have to go back down there to return the loaner, to get my car to come back up here, to then in a couple weeks, 3 weeks, go to Tesla to have them repair the shit, to then go back down, or hopefully not go back down, to the place, and then have them do the shit for the warranty and the paperwork. I don't know how all that works. It's 2025. Hopefully we just sign some shit. I'm good to go. Online, that is. So anyway, that's kind of shitty, because now I have to go back down tomorrow. And it's so funny. They gave me a loaner. I don't even know what it is. I didn't even look at it. I drove the sumbitch home, spent an hour in it. I didn't even look at it. It's a Volkswagen something. It's white. And that's how much I give a fuck. I was on the phone with Lexi. She's like, what kind of loaner did they give you? And I was like, I actually don't know. It's a Volkswagen, though. And it drives like shit, and it hurt my back on the way home. It just was not comfortable. The guy that gave me the loaner, he walked out, and there's a Model S Plaid that's right in front. And he walked out, looked right at it, and he was like, "Okay, here's your loaner." And I was like, "No fucking way, dude. I'm about to drive a Plaid." And he walks right by it, goes to the Volkswagen right behind it. And he goes, "Neat, neat." And he opens it up. And I was like, fuck me, dude. All good. I'm grateful. I can't complain about this. It's a free repair, So I think a drive axle repair, on a quick Google, it says $1,000 to $2,500. So that's pretty great that I don't have to pay for that. And there's really nothing to complain about other than I wish they would have told me not to come as soon as they opened, because when I got there, the guy wasn't even there. So the guy said, "Come when we open, first thing in the morning, we'll get you going." I said, "Cool, I'll be there." And he said, "Sweet." I show up, and the other guy's like, "Yeah, this guy doesn't show up until 10:30. All right, homie, why'd you tell me 10 then? All good. So that's what happened there. And then I was trying my best to work and stuff at home, and I was honestly just so tired that, and I don't want to say tired, I was just so like brain fog. I was just not there, from feeling sick to then spending so much time in the car, then just all that shit. It was just, ugh. So I finally got home, started working, and now I've put in a lot of time for Trey, and probably the last 7 hours have been spent sitting here at my desk. So maybe 6. And I feel good that it's done. I just need to keep up this same urgency, I think, this same level of getting shit done, because, I think it's almost better that I make shit faster, implement it for the coach that needs it, so I can see what the problems are when they use it, and then I can fix it. And then when I actually sell it, it's even better. So it's kind of like they're my beta testers. But the idea, is to make shit and be so thorough with it that it doesn't even need a tester. But dude, I don't know. It's just, there's so many things that it's possible to overlook. A good example is this right here. If I go into it, let me pull this up. Where is it at? Hold on one sec, guys. Let's see. Did I move it all? Sure did. Let's see, check-ins. Hold on, what the fike is going on here, dude? Where is it? Okay, here it is. So this database has 200 properties, and let's see, I don't even know how to count these, but I'm just going to go to a random one. So if I go to this one, it is the 4-week biweekly percentage for check-in compliance. So what it does is it looks at the roll-up of the biweekly 4 weeks total, which gathers up all the times that a client checked in, that specific client checked in the last 4 weeks, counting in a biweekly fashion. So rather than counting in 7-day splits, it would count in 14-day splits because it's biweekly. So as long as they check in once within the 14 days, that counts as a 1. If they don't check in once in the 14 days, it counts as a 0. So what that does is it gathers up all the biweekly information for the last 4 weeks from the other database. And what that does, if I go down there, if I go down to the 4-week one, by 4 weeks, what it does is, so if the date between now and, well, I don't even know how to read this formula, dude. Pretty much just looks at increments of 14 days starting from Sunday going till the next Saturday. It checks if the date of the check-in date, it checks the date of check-in date to see if that date falls within the 2-week increment. And if it does, and also if the result is on time or late, it counts as 1. If it is not on time or late, it counts as 0, regardless of if it is within the 14 days. If it is not within the 14 days, then it doesn't move any further. It stops right there. If it is in the 14 days, it is on time or late, it counts as one. If it's missed, it doesn't count it. If it's skipped, it doesn't count it. If it is, I think that's it. And that's just for one. Okay. So all that shit that I just word vomited to sound super sophisticated, that's for one thing. And there's probably 130 of those. And so where was it going with that, dude? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but oh, that's what I was saying. I went through and I made those. And then when I get the compliance and I get the percentages going, what it does is it takes the week, the roll up of that, what I was talking about, and then it counts the amount of opportunities that the client has had to check in, and an opportunity is counted or added when an entry is made. So whether it's missed so for example, if a client has checked in one time, that means there's one entry. So they've had one opportunity to check in. So that means they're 100%. Now, if I click missed for week 2, that means that there's another entry. So that means there's 2 opportunities. And because I missed the first one I missed the second one, got the first one, that's 50% because I got one, missed one, 2 opportunities, 50%. And the logic that I have to follow with that is simple. It's just so easy to overlook. So for example, for 4 weeks, I'm going to divide the amount of opportunities by 4 because there's 4 opportunities. I'm going to divide the amount of check-ins by 4 because there's 4 opportunities. 4 opportunities in 4 weeks if it's once a week. And that's no problem. So when I would look at 4 weeks, it's 4 opportunities, or divide that by 4. If I look at 12 weeks, divide that by 12. When I look at a full year, divide that by 52. No problem. But then when I did biweekly, totally forgot that you have to cut that in half because there's in a biweekly fashion, in 4 weeks, there's only 2 opportunities. So that means rather than dividing by 4, I'd have to divide by 2. So doing that for 2, 4, 8, 12, 26, 52, and then a lifetime, totally forgot to change the what's the word for that? Divider? The number I divide by, whatever the fuck that is, the top of the middle of the right angle table horseshit division thing, whatever, dude. And so I caught that and I went in there and fixed it all. And I was like, holy fuck, it's just one of those things. If I overlooked this, what else did I overlook? So it's kind of concerning, you know? I mean, if I just kind of click on random stuff, making sure things are all lined up, like everything's good right now. I just don't want to come across that later. That would just suck ass. I also don't want to, like, the thing is though, man, is like, if I were to sell this and, you know, somebody bought this for $5,000, they start using it and they're like, hey, this doesn't calculate correctly. I don't think it's a huge deal because I can just fix it on the spot. No problem. But the worry that I have is like what I just said. Someone's going to see that it's not calculated correctly and then they're going to wonder what else is not. At least that's what I would do. Or maybe people wouldn't. I don't know. But I've said it before, but Notion is just it's not built for builders at all. It's very tedious to make shit on here, but it's just so enjoyable once you get it working. And then there's a lot of different things that I've explored and tried out today. And I don't know, just different ways to do things, different looks, different designs. And it's pretty exciting because once you learn one thing, you can just apply it to everything. You know, for example, I built a temporary button, a temporary filter, a temporary automation. So I click it. I just spam clicked I just sat here and I don't know if you can hear this, but I don't want to click anything bad, but I just sat here and I was like, I don't know if you can hear that. Just clicked my life away. And what I did was I linked up all of Trey's clients to the client or the check-in tracker, just like that. And rather than typing in everybody's name and going to the master log and linking it up and clicking that, like I just went and I was done. So even things like that, you know. But yeah. So what else happened today? Oh, I got an email back from Notion. What's this? Oh, they responded to my message. What happened? Hi, Bryson. Thank you for reaching out about page moving. I understand you're having trouble moving a specific page in Teamspace, even though you're six moving other pages. I feel like it was written by AI. To help troubleshoot this issue, I'll need a few more details. Are you receiving any specific error messages when trying to move the page? I sent a screenshot of what it was. Do you have full access permissions? Both Teamspaces involved. Click the move to the menu. Searching your desired destination Teamspace. Sometimes these issues can be related to permissions. You need to have full access to a page to move it between Teamspaces. If you're seeing an unsaved transaction error, this could indicate a permissions-related issue. Would you be able to provide these details so I can better assist you with a specific case? Yeah, dude, I fucking knew. Dude, this makes me feel like a fucking detective genius. It says, this response was generated by our AI to get you answers fast. If this issue has been escalated, a Notion team member will follow up soon. Otherwise, reply to the team if you need more help. I read the first thing and knew it was AI. I just knew it. I like that I can recognize that. Makes me feel like I'm going to be all right in the future. And just in case, I don't know, I don't know how I was, I guess, able to pick that up that quick that it was AI is because it summarized everything that I said in just a quick paragraph. And that's what ChatGPT does all the fucking time. Like I'll ask it a question like, hey, what's the solution to this? And then I'll say, well, actually, I already tried this and I wanted to know this, but not this. And then I'll say, okay, got it. You want to know this and this, but not this because you already tried this. Makes sense. That's what AI does all the time. And it's kind of annoying, to be honest. But anyway, that's not a flex whatsoever. It's just how I picked it up. But let's see. Let's try it out really quick. Let's go. I would love if this could just be not something I have to worry about tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to go to it. Click the three dots at the top right of the page. Okay. Move to. Okay. Teamspace. Okay. No way. Oh, yep. Sorry, we could not move this content. Please try again. Yeah, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Do I have proper permissions? Yes. Okay. I am the owner in both team spaces. One is actually my personal Notion. Other pages transfer just fine under the same umbrella of permissions. Not sure what's going on. Send. Cool. Sent with Notion Mail as well, because Notion's kick ass. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up and go to bed. And, yeah. Let's make sure my alarm's set tomorrow, huh? 5:30 a.m. Wednesday. It's on. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got today. I'm going to sleep. Peace.